Now, this is very hard to find. Now, give yourself a minute to find this, all right? Down here in the bottom corner of the screen, all right, there are two little tiny square buttons. Now, what you're looking for is the one that says Animation Preferences. When you hold the mouse over top of it, read the tooltips. Find the Animation Preferences icon right over here, okay? Now, in the Playback Start box, type in the number 1. In the Playback End box, type in the number 24. In the Animation Start box, type in the number 1. And in the Animation End box, type in the number 24. Where you see the little drop-down menu that says Playback Speed, I want you to set that to 24 frames per second, or FPS. Now that's the standard frame rate on 16mm film and a good rule of thumb. Alright? Now save the preferences and click the Playback button, which is the arrow that points to that side of the screen. Alright? In the bottom right hand corner over here. The sphere should miraculously begin moving around the circle. Alright? Now, I want you to have some fun with this. I want you to create more objects, create more paths, attach the objects to the paths, experiment with them, experiment with the preference settings, experiment with the speeds, all the different things going on, and all of a sudden you're animating. Okay? So, okay. Press the stop button now so it stops going around in a circle. Alright? You can do all that experimentation later. Right now I'm going to show you how to do basic keyframe animation. Now, I want you to draw a new sphere above me. Not too big, alright? Draw a new sphere anywhere on the grid. You don't have to get rid of your old work if you don't want to. Alright? Now, you see this timeline that's right beside me here. Alright? You see down at the end there's the number 1. Now that usually by default is selected and it's surrounded by a black square. Alright? If it's not surrounded, click on it so you've got a black square around frame 1 in your timeline. Okay? Now go up to Animate at the top and click Animate Set Key. Alright? Now what you've just done is you set a keyframe on frame 1 so that all your objects are in that position in frame 1. Okay? Now I want you to now click on frame 12. Okay? Now what I want you to do is this. In the channel box editor over here, and if it's not open, use those 3 little icons up there until you get the channel box editor. Okay? Right hand, this side of your screen. Okay? Open the channel box editor. Take your time, find out where it is. If you have to go through all the menus to find it, that's fine. You're looking for the menu that has little boxes in it that say translate X, Y, and Z. Okay? Once you've found that, I want you to now type the number 5 into the translate Y box. Okay? And you'll see that your sphere moves. Okay? Now, again, we're going to set another keyframe. You've already got frame 12 selected, so we're going to go up to Animate at the very top, Set Key. Okay? That means the sphere will be there in frame 12. Now, I want you to select frame 24 in the timeline. Alright? And this time, I want you to type in the number -5 in the Translate Y box in the channel box editor. And you'll see that your sphere then moves below the grid. Alright? Now I want you to go again, set another keyframe by going to the top of your screen, clicking Animate and Set Key. Now if you've done everything correctly, it might not work. If it doesn't, go back, listen to this again, and try it again. Now press playback. And what happens is your object will move to the different positions where you've placed it with your keyframes. Okay? Now hopefully that's all working. Now some of you who have used other animation programs know that sometimes what you've got going is motion in between the keyframes that you've set. One of the great things about Maya is you don't have to specify that specifically, it just happens and makes things a lot easier. So hey, now you know how to animate. 2 basic ways in Maya. And again, this will help you with the exercises in part 6. So once you've experimented with this stuff, once you sort of start to get a confidence with what you're doing, play around with it a bit, and now we'll move on to part 6. See you in a minute. See you in a minute.